have 5,000 men stacked in the hills, ready to descend with machetes and guns just for the thrill of it. Congratulations.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Biden and his message. It's really weird how people can announce they're running and then my official announcement is, but whatever, he just had his official announcement in Philadelphia. So, so many things. Got to limit the tangents here. There's so many. I really want to talk about Biden's unity message and unite. People are tired of division. As a matter of disclosure, I would have to say Biden is too conservative for me. It's part of the sort of the DLC Democratic structure that pulled the Democratic Party back to its conservative roots. Remember, it's been arbitrarily conservative in the past. The Civil War and stuff affected that. The Civil War resulted in a more conservative Democratic Party. But anyway, so he's too conservative for me and stuff. So that's just a disclosure, you know. Further, I think he might lose. I think if the Democrats nominate Biden, there's a good chance he'll lose. Because Biden's easy to pick on and whatnot. But that's not what I'm talking about here, okay? But it might affect what I'm saying, right? So that's why I'm telling you, just to be fair. Now, if you haven't seen his 20-minute remark or his other remarks that relate to it, but specifically this 20-minute thing he did today, or officially yesterday, he's talking about unity. And this just reminds me of an abusive family, right? Say you have a narcissistic parent, could be the dad or the mom, and a codependent parent, could be the dad or the mom, and the kids. The thing about the narcissistic parent that gets just fucking loses their shit, you were questioning my ability to, or you know, the codependent parent is always like, we need to just calm down. We need unity. This isn't who we are. It's Christmas, everybody. This isn't who we are. Remember that nice holiday we had when you calmed down, right? We had a big fit in the morning and you calmed down. Remember, and then afterwards you had a big fit. But remember, we had a good. And that's what this seems like to me. And a part of that is like, okay, one of the kids, you know, the codependent parent is like, we just need to calm down. This isn't who we are. Stop inflaming each other, everybody. And that kid's still like, yeah, but well, I'm sure, but I'm not going to clean my room. And then, you know, the narcissistic parent is like, oh, well, you listen, mister. And the codependent parent is like, oh, it's your fault. You're trying to stir up shit, you kid that is still continuing you know that pisses off your other parent. How are you going to have compromise, right, with the Republicans if you are even the least bit Democratic or progressive? How? You're going to have, hey, I don't want any torture. They want torture. Let's have half torture. You know, I don't want any children to be put in innocent children to be put in prison. Oh, well, we do. How about half the innocent children? These aren't really compromise friendly situations that we have. And to say that you're going to work with them is sort of like, well, they wouldn't even let Biden and Obama have a Supreme Court pick. They're not giving at all. And then he's like, yeah, but the things that they're willing to work on, we should work on them with those things. Forgive me, Father, I've sinned. But that's just a ratchet, right? It goes in one direction and not the other. So the narcissistic parent that has created this big thing and maybe abused somebody or screamed at him or even hit him or whatever the thing is going to be, um, they've misbehaved. Everybody knows they misbehaved. The one that just wants to get back to normalcy, this isn't who he is, suddenly has a compromise of like, I will I will concede something just to get you to stop being a psychotic motherfucker. I have reason to concede and find a middle ground between your psychotic motherfuckery and calmness. We'll get a halfway in between. That's an impossible position. What's he even thinking? But I don't trust him at all. I mean, Baltimore. Um, so how are we going to work this out? I mean, I think I'm back at divestiture. The government of the United States either needs to get some serious federalism going, um, or we actually need to split up into separate federal governments. We cannot work things out with these people. I mean, I have been willing to do all kinds of things to work. Murder is regulated or legislated in this state context. Maybe abortion and these other things. But then seeing this abortion stuff happen in a place like shitty Bama, Talabama, it's hard to watch. But I can imagine democracy is that powerful. It's like a bunch of people think that's murder. I guess they can try that out. But then it's not reciprocal. It's just this ratchet always going in one direction and not the other. And I think the solution is that the the nation is not a family. It's an organism, right? It we are not the children, the parties are not the parents, and that whole metaphor is the fundamental problem. Just the fact that a party is there saying, calm down, let's calm down, everybody. Let's stop inflaming each other. Everybody's a little bit responsible. Come on. Because I did that consciously in my own life. This could be just my own damage here. But I would say it's more a learning experience. That I always thought, it takes two to tango. If there's a problem, it's not always 50-50. It could be 60-40. It could be even 90-10. But if the 10% is on my side, well, that's the part I can do something about. So I'll work on that 10%. Meanwhile, there's a 90%er that's like, fuck you, and they're not working on shit. And they are ratcheting in their direction. And that's a problem. We need to judge them based on we can't judge them the relativistic way on their own. Like they break their own rules all the time. It doesn't matter. They say they don't like a creepy guy in the White House, Clinton, and then they elect a pussy grabber. They love him. So that's obviously bullshit. Their standards, they don't care about their standards any more than they care about our standards. It's a goal team oriented thing. And their standards are mostly just for convenience, and we have to judge them by our standards. So if a conservative pastor turns out to be gay, we don't judge him bad. We're like, we don't care you're gay, right? None of this, oh, but you're against gays, so, but none of that relativistic stuff. That's how I've been doing it. Nope, no more of that. And we judge them by our standards. When they're criminal hypocrites, it doesn't matter if, yeah, but I'm for criminal hypocrites. Doesn't matter. We judge them. They must be judged. That's what's the test for progressives, and even more so for the liberals and the Democrats, these centristy types and the Bideners. They that want to Biden their time. They need to judge Republicans. Judge, if you can't judge them, if you cannot say you are hereby fucking judged, then you fail. And if you're a skeptic, it's like, but I'm against judgment in general. No, you're not. You're supposed to assent to the way things appear to be. You can reason with other people by using their value system against them. Oh, you're pro-life. You like what's happening in Alabama. But why are you for drone bombing pregnant women then and killing innocents that way and child prisons? Right? There's a hypocrisy inherent in what they're doing. And if you don't judge them based on their hypocrisy, then you are having a moral failing. So, having said that, I believe in democracy. That means if a bunch of stupid people want to try out stupid laws, if there's enough of them, then they ought to be given some territory to do it. If it's feasible for them to do it, try to do it. And if they violate human rights, other countries might decide that, they're morally bankrupt and potential invasion is legit or whatever. You just have to deal with that. But, so I'm still willing to do that. You could say that's consigning people in those countries to a terrible fate, except for no, because the country I want to be in will allow refugees from countries like that. And then they'll come over here and make us a stronger country, and those guys will lose the competition, the international marketplace. All right. Oh, let's see if, before I go, there's any. Oh, the Wise Monkey. Have a blast, dude. Oh, thank you so much, Wise Monkey. Always appreciative of your